Do it. Cool. Nice. Sick. So it sounds like a piece, and that's the important thing. Couple things for me, I guess. One in particular, especially like this mark, I think. Yeah, here. So right here, what I'm imagining, right, is that you've got kind of this whole like build up section. It's great that you're pulling back for a moment. That's awesome. Then I would expect for when it comes back in, for it to actually be bigger, for there to be a new element that's kind of integrated within it. And I mean, you can find ways to do that with the vocals for sure, but I guess the one thing, you're always trying to find new ways to like capture my attention when you're listening to something. It's kind of like when you look at a canvas. I kind of made the metaphor towards like pastels and stuff, as musical instruments and mixing. But when you look at a canvas, it's most interesting when there's like little elements that you can pick up on that the first time you looked at it you didn't actually see until the second or the third time. So like in general production, like you want to have those moments in a song, kind of the same thing that I said to Espa, is kind of those, you want those moments that kind of pull people back into it. And so if you've pulled me into the start, yeah, and then you like pull me back for a second, like then I kind of imagine more like build elements here, and then kind of more like I don't know, something happening here that kind of like an extra melodic element that gives me a new something to listen to, and then that can like kind of stick through until like around here. Maybe you can add something like small, maybe like shakers are always a good thing to have for the background. Anything that like adds more, and then you have this part, which is great. And like I would say like you can leave this part here for sure, but I would find a way to like integrate something new in terms of song structures there, general structures there, and then kind of like one challenge I tried myself. So I'll play this. So I did like a loop session battle type thing. It was like we were given a minute. We had 3 hours to make a beat. It's a minute and a half long, and my goal was to be like, okay, how do I make this as interesting as possible? So like this is what I came to. And they just like gave us a sample crate. A good piece of advice I got was like, if you're skipping through a sort of song and like that sounds different to here, sounds different to there, sounds different to there, sounds different to there. So like I feel like it's kind of like when you're skipping through a movie, it's like if the movie's all the same image and you're just seeing the same image over and over, you're gonna be like, okay, well, what so in the same sort of sense, when I'm skipping through a song, a way I'm able to kind of judge the sort of mix and the general songwriting is kind of what I get when I skip through it, if that makes sense. Yeah, totally. Just elements, counter melody, but without obviously overdoing it. And then yeah, like that's why I kind of like the beat battle type of stuff, because it's like I'm trying to make something that's like within a minute and a half, and I need to make that as interesting as possible, but it also has to make sense. And I find that it like forces me to think in new ways, that like instead of trying to make something that's radio ready or whatever, I'm just trying to do something that constantly like captures my attention, has me trying out new sounds, has me trying different avenues of creation that kind of even I think a big thing as well, like I need to do something like this. I want to do a stream that's kind of like making a sample pack sort of stuff, at least for myself, if not for other subs and stuff and people who are around. Also doing like beat battle type of streams as well over time. But yeah, like the goal is keep it interesting, keep your listener engaged. You want somebody to start the song and not want to skip through it, because they're like, you skip and they're like, whoa, why would you do that? Come on, go back. Like that's what we're aiming for as musical artists, producers, creatives. You want people to desire to listen through the whole thing, because it's definitely a satisfying feeling for any creative.